Jason and Travis Kelce are by no means the first set of brothers to play in the NFL.
He wins one Super Bowl, and that I win the rest.
How on earth did she do this on the tour is still blowing my mind.
Before the world knew their names, 3 lives were unfolding quietly. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and Jason Kelce. Their stories began far from lights, far from fame, far from the expectations they would one day carry. Taylor was a young girl with a guitar and a mind full of stories she wasn't sure anyone would ever hear. Travis and Jason were 2 brothers wrestling in backyards, dreaming of stadiums they weren't sure they'd ever touch. They came from different worlds but shared a similar fire, a spark that refused to fade, even when silence surrounded them. Long before headlines connected them, before fans shipped relationships or celebrated championships, they were just kids fighting against odds. Their dreams felt too big, their paths too uncertain, their futures almost impossible. Yet something inside them kept pushing, kept dreaming, kept rising. Greatness wasn't born, it was built. And their journey to the spotlight began long before the world was watching.
This big guy was born in 1987.
It's very cool, Trev.
Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our upcoming documentaries.
Taylor Swift didn't grow up surrounded by applause. She grew up surrounded by doubt. She practiced until her fingers ached, wrote until her notebooks tore, and dreamed until the world felt smaller than her ambition. But being different made her an outsider. Kids teased her for singing too passionately, caring too deeply, hoping too big. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. She was trying to escape the silence inside her. Every time someone told her no, she tightened her grip on her guitar. Every time she felt alone, she wrote another song. Her voice wasn't loud yet, but her determination was. When Nashville rejected her, she didn't break. She sharpened. She believed in her music when no one else did, and that belief became a weapon. It kept her going through empty crowds, through quiet nights, through endless auditions. She wasn't preparing for fame. She was preparing for a fight, and the world had no idea what was coming.
Travis is more fly by the seat of his pants, a little more flamboyant.
Before Travis Kelce became a superstar, he was a kid with talent and trouble running side by side. He had raw ability, incredible potential, and a fire inside him, but discipline didn't come naturally. He made mistakes that nearly cost him everything. A suspension in college didn't just bruise his reputation, it rocked his future. People whispered that he'd thrown away his chance, that he'd never make it back, that he would fade into the long list of what-ifs. But Travis refused to let one moment define his life. He rebuilt himself through sweat, humility, and accountability. He trained harder than he ever had, studied deeper than ever before, and learned to channel chaos into purpose. He wanted redemption, not attention. He chased the future everyone thought he lost. And step by step, rep by rep, he turned doubt into drive. The world saw talent. He saw a second chance, and he wasn't going to waste it.
Our guy, Jason, is a little more the cerebral thinker.
Great job converting that to an orange.
Jason Kelce didn't walk into the league with hype. He walked in with doubt. Scouts said he was too small, too light, too unpolished to survive professional football. He heard the criticism so often it became background noise. But instead of breaking him, it fueled him. He trained like a man who had no backup plan. He fought for every inch, every opportunity, every ounce of respect. His strength wasn't in his size. It was in his heart, his grit, his refusal to quit. He studied the game until he could predict plays before they happened. He lifted with purpose, played with urgency, and lived with a drive few could understand. Every time someone doubted him, he grew sharper. Every time someone overlooked him, he grew stronger. Jason wasn't built by praise, he was built by rejection. And in the silence of being underestimated, a champion was forming.
It's just that Jason is more calculating at times.
Taylor was chasing music, Travis was chasing redemption, and Jason was chasing respect. Different passions, different worlds, yet the same invisible pressure weighed on them daily. They each carried dreams too personal to explain, too fragile to expose, too big to abandon. Taylor wrote through heartbreak. The brothers trained through pain. They were young, uncertain, and constantly tested by forces larger than themselves. Nothing came easy. Every inch of progress was a battlefield. Every opportunity felt borrowed, temporary, fragile. But they learned early that success didn't come from luck. It came from resilience. They had families who believed in them even when the world didn't. That belief became their shield. That pressure became their fuel. They grew under the weight that crushes most people. Before fame reached them, pressure shaped them. Before the spotlight claimed them, hardship prepared them. And none of them were done fighting.
The drinks he has, the better dancer he becomes.
Interesting.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Nashville was the city of dreams, but not for everyone. Taylor arrived with hope, heart, and handwritten songs, and doors closed before she even finished knocking. Executives told her she wasn't ready, wasn't polished, wasn't what the industry wanted. She played shows where people talked over her voice. She sang for crowds that barely looked up, but she never walked off stage defeated. Every empty room taught her something. Every rejection made her sharper. She wrote songs that came from real pain, loneliness, loss, fear, the ache of feeling invisible. People didn't understand her yet, but she kept writing like they would someday. Her persistence turned into momentum. Her courage turned into confidence. She didn't want to fit in. She wanted to stand out. And slowly, the city that ignored her began to notice. Nashville didn't make Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift made Nashville pay attention.
So the more drunk I am, the more I am like you?
Yeah.
Travis Kelce reached a turning point that could have broken him. His mistakes had pushed him to the edge. One more misstep and his career could vanish. The pressure he carried wasn't just physical. It was emotional, psychological, overwhelming. He had to decide who he wanted to be, the kid with wasted potential or the man who rose from his own failures. He chose the harder path. He rebuilt discipline by doing the things he once avoided. He arrived early, left late, studied opponents like his life depended on it. He didn't seek sympathy, he sought transformation. He forced himself to grow up quickly. He shut out distractions, doubters, and temptations. He embraced the struggle with a seriousness that shocked even those closest to him. He realized you don't earn greatness by being perfect. You earn it by surviving your own flaws. And Travis Kelce wasn't done surviving, he was just getting started.
The fact is, everybody knows we're the defending champs. We're going to give everybody's best.
Jason entered the NFL with a point to prove. He wasn't interested in fame or spotlight. He was interested in proving every critic wrong. Every game was a fight. Every practice was a test. He studied film like he was decoding enemy strategy. He attacked each play with intensity that turned heads. He wasn't the biggest player on the field, but he was often the toughest. Slowly, teammates began to trust him. Opponents began to fear him. He became the anchor of his team, a leader without needing the title. His work ethic became legendary. Coaches saw what scouts didn't, a once-in-a-generation competitor. Jason didn't rise through flashy plays. He rose through consistency, grit, and heart. His success wasn't luck, it was labor, and the world was starting to take notice. The underestimated kid was becoming a cornerstone.
Start screaming, Mom!
That's such a younger brother
I know,
move
and
right
it was
there.
annoying.
Fame didn't enter Taylor's life smoothly. Her rise was quick, but the pressure was heavy. Behind the scenes, she battled loneliness, criticism, and overwhelming expectations. Her songs came from real heartbreak, from moments when she felt misunderstood, judged, even betrayed. People questioned her authenticity, doubted her talent, reduced her art to headlines. But the pain didn't silence her. It sharpened her storytelling. She turned every struggle into a melody, every rumor into a verse, every heartbreak into a chorus. Her music became her shield, her weapon, her way of surviving the world's opinions. She wasn't just singing songs. She was telling her truth. And the more honest she became, the more people connected. Her vulnerability became her superpower. Her emotions became her legacy. And the world couldn't ignore her anymore.
Travis was suspended from the team for a season for a positive marijuana test.
Travis and Jason weren't just siblings. They were each other's lifeline. Jason was the steady one, the disciplined one, the rock. Travis was the spark, the energy, the storm. Together, they balanced each other in ways no one else could. When Travis struggled, Jason pushed him forward. When Jason doubted, Travis lifted him up. Their bond wasn't perfect, but it was powerful. They trained together like warriors preparing for battle. They competed, argued, pushed, and supported one another through everything. Their connection built confidence long before the NFL ever noticed them. Their unity built resilience long before fame reached them. They weren't just brothers. They were teammates forged by childhood battles and lifelong loyalty. Their bond shaped their careers, their character, and their futures. Together, they rose. Together, they conquered. Together, they became legends.
This is on you, Trav. This is your moment. This is what's going to define you.
Taylor's big moment didn't come from luck. It came from relentless effort. A song she wrote from her deepest emotions suddenly connected with audiences across the country. People felt something real in her voice, something raw in her words. Crowds grew bigger. Radio stations finally began playing her music. The girl once ignored was now impossible to overlook. But the rise brought new pressure. Constant touring, constant scrutiny, constant expectations. Every step forward introduced new battles. But Taylor didn't shy away. She embraced the whirlwind. She poured her life into her music, turned her stories into anthems, and built a following that saw themselves in her lines. Her success didn't feel like fame. It felt like finally being heard. And it was only the beginning.
Because this one incident didn't reflect the person he is or
The NFL didn't just give Travis Kelce attention. It gave him a platform. And he filled it with energy, charisma, and unforgettable performances. He played like he had something to prove every single game. Fans loved him not just for his talent, but for his personality, his hunger, his fearlessness. Touchdowns came often, but they weren't the goal. Dominance was. Behind the scenes, he was more focused than ever. He studied film late into the night. He trained through pain, fatigue, and pressure. The kid who once nearly lost everything was now shaping a legacy. But fame wasn't just applause. It came with criticism, responsibility, expectation. Travis handled it all with a fire that couldn't be ignored. He wasn't just a player anymore. He was becoming an icon.
That mutual respect has only grown as the Kelce brothers have flourished.
Jason Kelce didn't just play football. He defined what leadership meant. He cared about every player on his line, protected them like family, and demanded excellence from himself before anyone else. He became the voice in the locker room, the foundation of the offense, the steady heartbeat of his team. His experience, intelligence, and toughness shaped every game. Fans respected him, teammates followed him, opponents feared him. Yet he stayed humble, grounded, focused on the mission. Awards came, but he didn't chase them. Records fell, but he didn't boast. He played for something bigger: pride, loyalty, legacy. Jason Kelce became the kind of leader every team dreams of. And his greatness wasn't loud. It was consistent. It was earned. It was undeniable.
It's always fun for me. I can watch him play center like somebody would watch a skill player catch a football.
Fame didn't shield Taylor. It exposed her to a world that judged her more than it celebrated her. Award shows overlooked her. Executives doubted her evolution. Media twisted her words and distorted her narrative. She watched headlines shape stories she never said. But she didn't hide. She fought back through her art. She reinvented herself album after album, each more daring and powerful than the last. She refused to be boxed in, silenced, or controlled. Her creativity grew stronger under pressure. Her voice grew louder despite criticism. And her fan base grew fiercely loyal, defending her, uplifting her, believing in her. Taylor didn't just survive the industry. She reshaped it. She became too big, too real, too talented to ignore. And her evolution became a masterclass in resilience.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions!
Travis Kelce had become a superstar, but superstardom came with a new kind of weight. Every touchdown brought cheers, but every mistake brought headlines. What fans celebrated on Sunday, critics questioned by Monday. Suddenly, the world didn't just watch him, it dissected him. He felt pressure tightening around him like armor he never asked for. He pushed harder in training, stayed longer in film sessions, trying to stay one step ahead. He wasn't just playing for stats anymore. He was playing to prove he belonged among the greats. People saw the charisma, the swagger, the confidence. But behind closed doors, he fought battles no camera captured. Battles with doubt, expectation, and fatigue. He knew fame could lift you high or crush you instantly. So he turned every criticism into fuel, every doubt into focus. The field became his refuge, the place where everything made sense. With every snap, every catch, every yard, he built something bigger than fame. He was shaping a legacy, one play, one challenge, one moment at a time.
Jason Peters was told he was too old. Big V was told he didn't have it.
Jason Kelce carried more than physical weight, he carried emotional weight. The responsibility of leadership pressed on him daily. Every loss felt personal. Every mistake felt heavier on his shoulders than anyone else's. He cared deeply, sometimes too deeply, about his teammates, his performance, his purpose. There were nights he questioned whether he was enough. Nights when the pressure overwhelmed him. But he always got up, always gave more, always pushed through the stress with resilience few people knew he had. He wasn't afraid to show vulnerability. He wasn't afraid to be real. And that honesty made him a different kind of athlete, one fans connected with, admired, and trusted. Jason didn't hide his humanity behind toughness. He embraced it, and it made his achievements even more extraordinary.
It all started in 1987.
Taylor Swift began reinventing herself long before the world realized it. Each era wasn't a costume, it was a transformation. She refused to stay the artist people expected her to be. She pushed boundaries, changed genres, experimented with storytelling. Pop country, indie, alt. No limit was too bold. She broke records with every reinvention, proving she wasn't defined by a single box. But reinvention wasn't easy. Came with doubt, criticism, and risk. People questioned her authenticity, accused her of changing too much, too fast. But she kept evolving, kept climbing, kept revealing new parts of herself through her music. Her eras became cultural moments, shaping not just music but an entire generation. She turned reinvention into an art form, and every transformation felt like a rebirth, powerful, intentional, unstoppable.
I'm just so happy for everything that he's done to get to where he's at.
As Travis Kelce went deeper into his career, he reached a moment that changed everything. He realized his purpose wasn't just to entertain, it was to inspire. His energy, his humor, his passion made him more than an athlete. He became a symbol of resilience, proof that failure doesn't define you. He embraced leadership. He mentored younger players. He communicated with a confidence shaped by struggle. This wasn't the reckless young player people once doubted. This was a man who found clarity in chaos. He understood that greatness wasn't measured in touchdowns alone. It was measured in longevity, consistency, and growth. Travis Kelce stepped into a new version of himself, one built on strength, humility, and maturity. And that was the turning point that transformed him from a star into a legend.
Just hope he stays as happy as he is right now, and that never changes for him.
There came a time when Jason realized he had already become what he once feared he'd never be, one of the greatest to ever play his position. But he didn't think about awards or stats, he thought about the journey. The failures, the struggles, the nights full of doubt. He remembered the weight of people telling him he'd never make it, and he remembered proving them wrong every single year. Jason Kelce's legacy wasn't about perfection. It was about perseverance. It was about heart. It was about never letting doubt decide your future. He became a hero to fans not because he was flawless, but because he was real. He played with emotion, passion, and purpose. He became a blueprint for what it means to rise from nothing and build everything. His legacy wasn't written in headlines, it was written in impact.
Started working as like a telemarketer to try and raise money.
Before Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce ever crossed paths, before Jason Kelce stood beside his brother in the biggest moments, each of them was fighting a battle no one else could see. Their paths were separate, their dreams different, their struggles personal and painful. But fate was creating something bigger, shaping destinies long before headlines connected them. Taylor became the voice of a generation. Travis became a force in sports and culture. Jason became the spirit of determination and leadership. 3 journeys built on grit, heart, and resilience. 3 lives that began in silence and rose to global influence. Their stories remind us that greatness doesn't start in the spotlight. It starts in the shadows, in the failures, in the moments where giving up feels easier than pushing on. And before the world celebrated them, they had already become extraordinary.
This is my brand new album.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our upcoming documentaries.